10-я часть. Продолжаем с того же места, на котором остановились в прошлый раз. Разговор с Куно. Я его перезапустил. Ну ладно, надо было сохранить, наверное. Сохранял инфу оставить. Ну ничего, может удачно пойдет, пронесет. Перезапустил, там была вероятность 8%. Мы ее в 3 раза прошли. Я уже запорол в разговоре разговор. Ладно, попробуем еще раз. Давайте. Раз мы на этом закончили. Прогнал пару раз, и со 2-го раза буквально. 3-го, где-то, 2-го, 3-го, выпала победа. При том, что вероятность 8%, ну, кстати, средняя, не знаю, 12 попыток должно быть. Причем том, что вероятность не выпасть, она как бы высокая, то эти 12 могут проснуться и 20-30. Тем не менее, сейчас буквально со 2-го раза. Все практически по-честному. Выпала победа, поэтому поехали. Будет ощущением попытаться их разделить. Эй,
Fuck you whispering about?
He's whispering too. He's going with it. But
fuck you whispering about?
She puts extra stress onto that word, expecting it will make you uncomfortable.
If Kuno wants to whisper, he's gonna fucking whisper, okay? Let's whisper, pig.
This is it. You've got him. But be careful. You can still fuck this up. Don't make Kuno look bad in this.
Так, знаете, святое правило в каких-то играх канала. Нужно брать среднюю реплику. Первая слишком какая-то, слишком злая, например. Последняя слишком мягкая, а вот средняя, она самая адекватная. Блять, нужно тебя вытаскивать. Это не про канал. Что с этим стрёмно? Чё к ней? Слава богу, она отстрела. Ну, эти две реплики похожи. Ну, она приходит сразу на оскорбление, и она пожестче. Давайте ту, которую помягче. И вопрос, который связан с разговором.
Crazy? You don't know the half of it. She's not crazy. She's insane, dangerous. She's smoked a man. She's done people in, probably even pigs.
Stop talking to him! Kuno, I'm fucking warning you! You're gonna get us into shit!
She understands what you're trying to do.
Yo, see? Did Kuno not tell you? Kuno told you. Kuno talks to whoever he wants. Talk, pig. Kuno's got it under control.
You did it. They're separated. He's even turned his back to her, so she can't read his lips.
Ну отлично, вроде безопасно подвести итоги, то это просто все реплики, которые можно погнать для получения инфы. Вроде реплика вышла, говорит, что про канал. Ладно, поехали. Как думаешь, давайте сегодня начнем нейтрального? В каком смысле она кого-то не чеканула? Не то, что нейтральная.
Kuno means she killed someone. That's right. She's a killer. Like, actually a killer.
Правда, не молодец, зеленых прихватила.
Are you getting this? You think I'm fucking telling you a joke here? How hard do you think it is to kill a fat ass? Sweet talk him, then knife him. She's probably killed a pig too. I mean, I'm pretty sure she has. Forget Kuno said that. Kuno was just shitting. Kuno was just running his mouth. Kuno's stupid like that.
A cop would be too large for her to overpower. But a determined child of her size can still kill the vulnerable. The creature peers at you both from over the fence. There is something searching in her eyes.
Yeah, she's psycho. None of that kiddie psycho. Cat burning shit. She does the real deal.
Как дети-психопаты, которые кошка, а реально. По-моему, они как дети-психопаты, которые кошек... жгут. Не режут, а жгут, извиняюсь. Дети, которые жгут кошек, тоже реально психопаты. Да, жестковато, вот так, с кошками.
Snuff radio shit. Believe me, pig, you don't want to know.
And he doesn't even want to think about it. This isn't just another boast.
Спокойного, бессмысленный вопрос, навряд ли. Ты можешь спросить, как думаешь, что могло быть других детей?
Kuno falls silent. He does not look at you when he replies.
Kuno, there, that's it. That's what Kuno is starting to think, yeah.
Давай закончим. Мы спокойно тоже прогоним, но закончим. Она твоя сестра?
Fuck no, she's not my sister. She's just a stray who got in, like a mad dog or some shit.
Типа она прибилась. Ведь она вроде
Yeah,
старше.
she was just there.
На дом за решеткой.
What was
Дом
that,
за
Kuno?
решеткой,
She was in the hallway, dripping wet, by the fucking shoe rack, in the dark.
в доме за решеткой. Все, я понял. Полка для обуви в этом же. Наверное, там, где я был, в подвале.
Kuno's got no fucking idea. Her hair was all wet. I think she pissed on the floor too. She was there for 3 days, in the corner, every time Kuno went out.
Я там только что был. Уже пофиг, извините.
I don't know.
Свет, наверное,
Someone
не
left the
свет.
door open. Kuno comes home and she's sleeping under the desk, under the pile of clothes, like a dog.
А твои родители?
Kuno's dad doesn't give a shit. Doesn't even see her there, or thinks it's fucking Kuno. Shit's all on Kuno.
Палка, я думал, ты сирота, чё, у тебя еще дом есть. Ждешь вон в какой-то лачуге. На каком языке она говорит? Гарри.
Fuck knows. She says it's the song of her people, or some shit. Crazy people. The fucking Nakis. I don't know.
Sounds boreal, like something from the tundra and tiger-covered Cutler, Isola. Far, far away from here. As far as possible, really.
Может, она...
Surois? Like that man from Helmdall shit?
Из Хельмдаля
She
опять.
could be. She could be that Helmdall shit.
Хочешь подарить человека из Хельмдаля?
Revelshot does have a small Suarese community, or she climbed into a yakberry crate and was shipped over accidentally.
Давайте заканчиваем. Я думаю, что
Yeah, she would have liked to fuck him up, but she didn't. Kuno wasn't around, and C was with Kuno. Look, Kuno's gonna put you at ease. We didn't do it.
Я была... Но Куна тогда тут не было, а она была в Куна. Где вы были? Это все, я
He speaks the truth, my liege.
читаю уже тебе слова. Ну вот я понял. Вроде не похоже. Посмотрим. Это все как ног, что-то были они. И как ты со всем этим справляешься?
How's Kuno dealing? Kuno's dealing just fine. He doesn't need you fucking with any of it. C doesn't either.
О, вот пришел к ней, думаешь, это ласкательное.
Kuno's got this shit under control.
Не помощь специалиста. Один ты не ставишь. Ну кто-то на подхвате. Я готов. Ну, вообще, конечно, хорошо от специалисту, но я, честно говоря, не верю, что в вселенной есть специалисты. Не знаю, там. Хватит готов. Помните золотое правило, последнюю реплику? Ладно, парень. Не хочется его спускать. Специалист слишком звучит как дурка какая-то. Он, наверное, разозлит. Ну, просто это хватит.
Listen, listen. C is Kuno's go-to. Kuno's protecting her. You fuck with C. You fuck with Kuno. You threaten her. You threaten to take her away.
Я сказал, что психолога. Он бы...
This is what it all comes down to. He needs you to take him seriously now.
I'm going to kill you. I'll run when you put the cuffs on her, sneak up on you later and fuck you up. Do you understand?
Серьезно. Он, помните, говорил, что ты слышал средняя реплика и повторяем слово. Знаешь, пацан, ты не справишься вообще на стресс, я хочешь там. Не слышал, ты серьезно.
All right. Now we can do business. Yeah? What do you want? Kuno can hook you up with...
Don't hook him up with shit, Kuno.
See? Relax. He respects the Kuno. Kuno made him respect the Kuno. You respect the Kuno, you get all kinds of shit. Kuno's gonna get you hooked on illegal narcotics if you run a little errand for the Kuno. Get you hooked, pig. Get his hook in you. Then Kuno gonna get you hooking for more. Cash in big style. Pig hooker.
Эти планы на ночь. Заставиться наркотой у старьевщика. На ночь в плане того, как мы отправим спать нашего партнера. И поспать на лавочке, знаешь, с лавочкой все поделать. Потому что это с лавочкой общаться... Со всеми можно общаться. Но Кутураги на лавочкой общаться не разрешил. Почему? Загадка.
That's right. Kuno's a candy store for pigs now. Get ready to be rewarded.
Что за история с тем, что ты привозил?
Kuno gets it from his dad. Kuno and his dad are major suppliers. That's where Kuno gets his lightning on. Problem is, Kuno and his dad had a little falling out. Now junkies clawing at Kuno's door. Streets going mad. Kuno's got to throw his dirty popo man at it. Dirty popo man is you. In there is Kuno's violent dad on steroids. Kuno's dad does steroids and speed. If you can take him, you can have half of the speed. Kuno's dad is a fucking monster. He's the most violent man in Revachol. He doesn't give a shit about a single thing. He drinks too.
Самый лютый мужик, на самом деле, тот здоровый.
Are you sure you can take on the most violent man in Revachol? In your condition?
Like half. A baggie, but like in this vial.
That's half a gram, sir.
Yeah, half a G. Want it or not?
Что мы сделаем? Можно отложить решение. Я сейчас не хочу ни с кем драться. Это не слишком много.
Fuck you talking about half a G? This shit is giant, grade A shit. So clean you can barely see it.
You can barely see it because there's barely any.
Okay, Kuno's listening.
Они нужны. Я пойду на дело, но не ради того, хочу вызволить сам девушку. Во имя справедливости. Я борец с наркотиками. Я так протестую. Во имя справедливости я борец. Куда не пойду. Пойду на дело, но не ради того, чтобы вызволить самого лютого мужика. Опять я могу согласиться, сказать, что пойду, а то не пойти. Верно?
Sure, whatever. If you survive, make sure to bring that shit back to Kuno. Kuno's almost out. You wouldn't like the Kuno when he's out. Kuno's violent dad's got Kuno's key, so you need to fuck your way in there. Go to the pier side, bang on the door till the cleaning gimp lets you in. That's how Kuno does it. Then you go to room 12 and kick down the door, police violence style. That's what Kuno does. And then it's action time. You're locked in the room with violent fuckhead. That's it. Next time Kuno sees you, you better have his shit.
What the hell are you signing us up for here? Okay then.
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
A sturdy metal door guards the southwest entrance to the apartment. The door rattles again, but this time you hear an elderly woman's voice calling out from inside.
Stop banging on the door! I'm not letting any more stress. Doesn't matter who I am. The police. Everyone knows the police don't come round here. No, I already told you. I won't be responsible for any more strangers getting into the building. Go check the backyard door. Maybe someone there will.
Backyard door? There must be another entrance to the east.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
You see a young man on a balcony nursing a cigarette. His eyes have been following you for a while.
Not looking for any trouble, officer. I don't want to be seen talking to the gendarmerie if that's okay. I just want to finish my cigarette.
It's the god of cigarettes and youth. Ask him if he's got anything to spare.
Я поставил в магазин с сигаретами, что логично, что в магазине продают сигареты, особенно в этой вселенной, в таком городке. В таком городке магазин только сигаретами торгует, в основном ими. И знаете что? Нет сигарет. Я так и не понял, как купить сигареты. У меня вон есть 36 фунтов реалов. Я готов заплатить. Ни хрен тебе.
Don't let him go. This could be your witness. The balcony has a great view of the whole thing.
Apologies, but this is my last one.
The god himself has denied you absolution.
Absolution? I don't know that brand, but I'm pretty sure you can get Astras at the Frit. I'm not sure that's a good idea. I'm not throwing anything.
There's no way you'd catch that cigarette anyway. Yes, really. Don't even try. You'll just embarrass yourself.
As you wish. Is it really that important?
Like a nervous cat, he keeps stealing looks at the neighboring windows.
All right, but make it quick. Once I finish this cigarette, I have to run. My name? My name is Martin Martinez.
That's definitely not his real name.
No, of course not. Could you please lower your voice? Help you? No, sorry, gendarme. I have to run. I'd even go so far as to say that the view is a little too good, my dear gendarme. Do you have an estimate of when the body will be taken away?
We will remove the body as soon as possible. Now tell us, where were you last Sunday?
Oh. You already asked me that, didn't you?
Wait, is someone else investigating the lynching?
No, not you two. Some more muscular type.
And when did you speak to this more muscular gentleman?
Last week? I don't know. Look.
A downy blanket of white to cover up the miserable poverty of the scene.
You didn't answer the question. What were you doing last Sunday?
I had a friend over. It was my Sunday friend.
A Sunday friend? How intriguing. He doesn't reply, gesturing no with his cigarette. Under the grey sky, snow continues to pile on the neighboring windowsills.
No. We won't. Now, if you'll excuse me, I really need to get going.
Time to bring out your secret charm. Tears and begging. Show him your emotional side. Throw yourself before his very feet.
Trash?
Please don't go. I'll even stop smoking inside.
Listen, I really have to go.
Ah, there it goes. Wasted.
Good luck with the investigation.
He's gone. No point in running. Tenements like these often have multiple exits. If he doesn't want to talk to us, then he'll know how to hide himself. He could be a witness. Him or his Sunday friend. Either way, we need to look into that muscular type who's asking about our case. There has to be a way of getting inside the building. Let's go check out the door near the pier again. Once we found a way in, we can ask around for his apartment. There must be another way into the building.
A sturdy metal door guards the southwest entrance to the apartment. This could be a way into the apartment building the smoking man vanished into.
Good. We had enough problems with bums and drunks and thieves loitering in the hallway. You have no business here.
You can't think of anything convincing. Time for some police brutality.
No, you're not.
You don't scare me, punk. I may be an old woman, but I can still take the likes of you.
Mr. Dubois, every worker, member of the board. How can I help you today?
The unpromising race pupil returns. Babe, see that they stay here the whole time. The woman's gaze follows Measurehead as...
So, you guys are like cops or something? Look at him. His craniometric perfection. Are you cops or what? Have you ever thought that maybe things should go to shit? I'm Katya, by the way.
You hear that? That sound. He's breaking something.
Yeah, Jean-Luc must be really tearing it up over there. I wish I could see it.
Look at you! RCM rent-a-cops! Guarding that bridge like Everett's lapdogs! Is this where it's at now? The RCM is for sale!
And who are you? What is your business here? Why are your clothes 4 sizes too small for you?
A shrill laughter interrupts you, echoing across Martinez. It's Kuno. The man turns to look behind him at the behemoth appearing around the corner, approaching him, walking past him. The corpse has been removed from the tree. Stand down and congratulate yourself. You have sided with Ray's victory today. And what you had to do was to become a Union man for all to see.
2, 1.
Looking for something, Hunt? Come to tell me to.
You missed a good show before. A kid came by and completely fucked the tree to pieces.
He fucked the tree up! Fucked it good! It was porno!
Короче, типа, там, нигер оскорбительное. Девочка, видел, мне с ним все просто. Ну, я сейчас их научу делать.
Shoot that shit at Kuno, pigonaut!
Ладно, я понял.
Kuno doesn't fucking care!
Yes?
The corpse lies on the ground among the remains of an absolutely demolished pinewood branch. It's gently laid on one side.
Mr. Measurehead has done a good job. Nothing is too broken or compromised. The victim is ready for a field autopsy. Yes. 1. Investigation of the scene. 2. Initial examination of the victim. 3. Field autopsy. 4. Transportation of the body to the morgue. We are on number 3.
The RCM's 4-phase murder scene processing manual.
The fuck are they on about?
Cop's gonna cut his shit up!
No, you and I are detectives. The honorary rank of detective signifies our ability to handle the entire incident chain, from autopsy to cleanup to social work, everything. You are. Your station would not have assigned you on this case if you weren't. Now...
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Come on, officer. You know what a field autopsy is. You've done 100 of them.
What you do know is, at 18.9 kilometers, the dormant shield volcano, Corpus Muindi, is the world's highest summit, and the failure of the 38 single, Epui Descent, to crack the top 20 was the death knell of disco. But what a field autopsy is, you have no idea.
Сразу выше Эвереста. Это самый высокий потухший вулкан. Наверное, горы еще выше. Еще одна пара кричат. Ты меня кричат, скажи.
Unfortunately, no. Let's not go glove hunting, please. Let's use division of labor. I perform the anatomical side, while you take notes. That's right.
The dead man stares in silence as you crack open the ledger. The bright red paper is covered in boxes and lists, describing the condition of his skin and organs in 3 parts. Above those, an 11-field info form needs filling out first. It begins with,
That's you.
The corpse is indifferent to your scribblings, just lies there. The next
KK57-0803.0815.
KK equals Kim Kitsuragi. 57 equals Precinct 57, followed by his date 0803 and time of arrival 0815 on the scene. He's indexed the case after himself, not you. That's because he doesn't want to bring up the messy question of your initials.
And what would that make the alphanumeric?
HDB 41 0803. Help me out with the time of day, anyone? Let's say 1300. A good time to start drinking. 1111. It's meaningful.
Good. Let's go with that.
Бред какой-то. Я говорил, что дать письма и данные, потому что я прибыл на место преступления раньше. При этом он называл дату 0803, твое, и свое время 0815. А я, прибывший раньше, назвал дату 0803 и время 13:00. И ответьте мне на вопрос, что раньше, 08:15 или 13:00? Это антивидность. Это оказывается, что 08:15, поэтому как ни крути, Кицураги типа первым прибыл. Если я хотел назвать другое, ну что, надо другую дату назвать или что? Бред какой-то.
NA. Next. NA. Roughly 50.
Try 40. The damage is so extensive, it's better to err on the young side. He nods.
Около 42 хотя бы. 50 около, а 42 точно.
Mondial.
Fair to olive-skinned, from the Isola of Mwindi. This is as vague as it gets. You might as well say whitish. The pudgy mess of curdled meat looks neither mondial nor anything other.
Fucky!
Male.
Pigs can have sex!
Nor does he look male, with his pregnant belly and indistinguishable face.
We're still going with March 4th. 51. What else? 9. Body identified by is non-applicable. 10. Case number is the same as the coroner's case.
HDB 41 0803.1300 listens motionless with the cargo belt still around his neck. Only one box remains.
None, at least not after the initial examination. Interfering with the body's position or wounds post-mortem.
A silent nod. The lieutenant places his gloved hand on the corpse's chest, as if in preparation. Your central nervous system recognizes this gesture. It's the stations of the breath. Ecclesiastic, religious in nature, a holdout from pre-DeLorean burial rites. It takes him 2 seconds to perform. Then, somewhere in Jamrock North, a small wood shed behind Rosencrantz Row, Lieutenant Nick Feuerbach puts his hand to the chest of a small corpse, no larger than a monkey. It's raining outside, light drizzle. There is darkness in the shed. Elsewhere yet, an obese female sits in a wicker chair, her silhouette bull-like against the window. Outside, Grand Coudon. The day is turning dim for Sergeant Mac Dawson. Hand extended, he approaches, to make sure she is dead more than anything else. The building is tall, 7 stories wind-wrapped in solitude. Most of the apartments are unoccupied. This was a suicide. The other, an accident. The small one. And so, all across Jamrock, Coal City, GRIH, 42 deceased persons found today. 42 stations of breath.
We should start the post-mortem.
The corpse cannot feel Kim's hand on his chest. It no longer meaningfully interacts with its surroundings. A thicket of boxes and lists on red copier paper tries to answer why. The rotting man lies on his side with his eyes looking straight through you. His body is supine and open to intrusion by autopsy. The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Clothes. The deceased wears armored boots and white briefs. The make of the briefs is Babrodin, I think. Let's see.
See, it's happening.
Babrodin, yes. Inexpensive. Size M. Color white.
The disappointment is palpable. The red-haired thing was expecting something more lurid.
The rest of the clothes have been removed post-mortem by scavengers in order to get to the victim's ceramic armor. Officers are in search of the missing pieces. Removal of the boots is left for processing.
It would be clever of you to omit the boots altogether, sire. If you are to keep them for yourself, as you ought to, you have deserved them more than anyone else. Patience. After the autopsy, before the body is taken away, there will be a window of opportunity. After the lieutenant has gone to sleep. I hope this has helped you, my liege.
The boot has a serial number. It's E50.100.100. The lines between the plates are in the shape of the alphanumerical. The number is purposefully concealed by the design.
Давайте мы уже в любом случае
Tattoos.
знаем, смотрите.
The upper torso is covered in a single, continuous tattoo, resembling a map of the night sky. It reaches from the right shoulder to the heart. The ink is blue and white. The assistant has a color photograph of the markings, to be added to the case files as document A1. The photo is taken on the scene, using a Trigat Mini. The deceased has a belt for airlifting cargo around his neck, tied with a hangman's knot. Color, yellow. Length, 3 meters. There is a buckle on the other end. Well-nourished, athletically built, measuring 1.8 meters. Generally consistent with age 42. Preservation is good. Ambient temperature, below freezing. Body hair is light brown. Distribution is consistent with the age. The deceased had male pattern baldness. Hair is combed back, short. Lividity is consistent with hanging. The head is congested. Contusions are present on the head, chest, and thighs. Consistent with stones thrown post-mortem. Low velocity.
Да, кстати, про посмертные травмы. Вот они есть, нет? Вот манипуляция телом. Ребят, причем там даже такого варианта не было. Кому хотите сказать, что нет манипуляции с тем вот этим?
Fucking low velocity? You think Kuno doesn't know what you're talking about? Velocity was fucking max! Talking shit about Kuno's velocity.
In addition, there are bite marks on the face, scalp, and chest, consistent with predation. Ligature mark. The steel wiring. There's too much of it. We need to remove the belt so we can get to the ligature mark.
You got just the right tool for that. The chain cutters.
Always good to think ahead. Now, we need to cut the belt to see the ligature mark below. Carefully, with as much precision as you can.
See? My pig is gonna fuck his head off.
No, he ain't. Your pig's a boring fuck.
The belt is equally tight around the whole circumference of his neck, swelling over the edges like white bread rising from the east.
Тоже неплохие. То, что мы там 80% запарывали, это нифига. Не хочу с ним спорить.
After some deliberation, you sink the cutters into the knot tying the belt together. You squeeze the rubber handles together. Sweat, snap. The knot is slashed. Another cut and the belt falls apart like a flower bouquet, revealing the dead man's neck and the dark red ligature mark around it.
The rope rises to a point, leaving a gap in the ligature mark. The suspension point is in the back of the neck.
As it ought to. This is where its grip on the curdled meat is gentlest, pulling up,
Hemorrhaging is observed on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. The mark is well pronounced, consistent with a drop from 1 or 1.5 meters. Chest is intact, normal contour, abdomen is protuberant, pelvis intact, genitalia...
Now, let's get out and see!
I fucking knew it!
Genitalia is male and unremarkable. No evidence of injury. Back is symmetrical and intact. Upper and lower extremities are intact, but asymmetrical. There are combat injuries on the right hand, thigh, and hip. In addition, I see smaller, residual scars, too numerous to count, covering about 30% of his skin.
From wounds sustained over 2, maybe more decades, dispersal and accumulation indicates long and active combat duty.
We have a real museum here. Of battle. Last item. Hands. Hands are clean. No sign of a recent struggle. I was. Maybe I'm just not seeing them. Honestly, this stench is making it hard for me to think at the moment. Ooh. That's all for the external. Well done. What next? Central nervous system. I have nothing. Do you have anything on this man's central nervous system?
Of course, there is a moral to be drawn from it. A moral to this story.
What would that be?
The dead man looks, too, with barely contained excitement to hear the moral of his story.
I think that may well be the moral of every story, officer. Good. Musculoskeletal. Purge fluid is coming from the mouth. Not injury related. Eyes and tongue protuberant. Hyoid bone. Let's see.
With his eyes almost closed, the lieutenant puts his hand on the dead man's throat and begins to massage it, gently. A rotting smell erupts from the mouth. Purge fluid runs down his lips, black and viscous.
Yeah, jack that fucker off!
The hyoid bone is fractured. The rest of the musculoskeletal system is intact. Unremarkable. Respiratory system. Oral cavity shows no lesions. The victim has received dental implants, possibly after a combat wound. Mouth swollen, hemorrhaging present in mucosa of the lips and mouth.
No scream, no sigh of relief rises from the darkness inside. It's humid there. Sickly sweet air, unlike anything living. You feel like you're about to throw up again, straight in that...
Hepatobiliary, NA. Are you a hepatobiliary expert? Same for toxicology and serology, NA. Unless you have untapped reservoirs of knowledge there?
Reservoirs? No, but do they take obscure trivia and odd tidbits?
Like a toxicology screening? At this stage, I doubt processing will find anything, even if he was brimming with cocaine. But still, you should add a request.
Brimming with cocaine.
Добавить запрос в токсикологию. Это почему? И в этом есть какой-то смысл, знаете, почему есть? Ну, он не оказал сопротивления. Значит, он был в отключке, наверное, боец, которого повесили, и который не оказывал при этом никакого сопротивления. И у него не было травм, то бишь он не был оглушен и, видимо, связан. И в чёте, да? Последний добавить запрос на...
Cardiovascular. The body exhibits heavy lividity. Blood has gathered in the hands, feet, and neck. Hypostasis is visually consistent with the hanging. Gastrointestinal.
This will do.
Digested semi-solid food in stomach. Voila. What's next on the list? Let's see. We have bite marks, contusions on the head and chest, and a ligature mark encircling the neck. You'll need 3 fields. Leave a 4th one too. Head, chest, and scalp bite mark injuries. Predation by birds has caused damage to the body. Odontologist does not need to be consulted. And your opinion, officer? Agreed. Next injury? So, the scalp bleeds from a post-mortem head injury, a stone. The injury does not have the rim of an early inflammatory response. The perpetrator on the scene has confessed to causing it post-mortem.
At maximum velocity, fucko!
Has confessed to causing it at maximum velocity.
Coagulated blood sticks to his scalp and chest, where the countless stones have hit the dead man. Beneath, the description of injury. 2 boxes.
Right. Next. A dark red abraded ligature mark encircling the neck, with a gap on the nape measuring, let's say, 7 centimeters. The hyoid bone is fractured. The cervical column intact. I see hemorrhaging on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. Depth of the mark, 1 centimeter. No signs of clawing on the neck.
Below the note, 2 customary boxes wait to be ticked. The man's head jerks to the side. The ring around his neck is visible.
That's it. We have established cause of death. It's not much, and it leaves much to be questioned. But it's a start. Let's wrap this up. I pronounce this field autopsy over. Well, we established probable cause of death. Some would say that's the goal of an autopsy. We also requested a toxicological screening. That was thorough. The results should arrive in a couple of weeks, if we are lucky. I will not hold my breath. We were thorough with the list of injuries too. We described them all in detail. What is there to say? Given the circumstances, it was a professional field autopsy.
Oh yeah, well done, Master Detective. Maybe a drink is in order?
Now, you see, that worries me. You will die if you drink. You know that, don't you? You are proving a useful detective. The organization would miss you.
Умирают. Ну чё, уже пора, что? Может, немножко. Немножко можно?
Please get yourself together, the lieutenant from Precinct 57 thinks.
I need a copy of that autopsy form. Then I will drive him to Faubourg for processing.
I'm sure we didn't get everything. There's always something.
Чё?
Shoot, Looney Rooney. Come back later, Corpo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features. If possible, also see me in your dream.
Я формально действовал и получил за это штраф. Да? Установил возможную причину. Короче, если бы я не установил, я сказал бы, что очевидно висящий труп. Давайте подумаем, а чего он мог умереть? Он мог умереть не от этого? Он мог быть отравлен, то его повесили? Может быть. Кстати. Они намекают, короче. Короче, он был отравлен из-за отравления. Чего бы повешен? Ну, опять не знаю. Как кровь стекала. Вроде как Кусураги намекал нам. Не то, что намекал, я прям говорил, что это повреждения свойств похожи на повреждения, которые бывают при именно при удушении. Значит, будет кровь, кругом стекалась. Поэтому предположение резонно. Что я не спросил там по 4-й глаз. Ну, опять-таки, это ожидаемо. Ну, опять-таки, возможно причина? Да, возможно. Поэтому теперь не хотим осматривать его внимательно.
Jamais vu. Derealization. Jamais vu. The opposite of déjà vu. Not already seen, but never seen. Everything that should be familiar appears strange and new, like some half-forgotten day in your childhood. Only now. That's the feeling you've been having. And for who knows how long. You should go and ask Joyce Messier about this. What world are we in? This is a fundamental question.
Одно очко опыта за каждую проверенную сферу. Одно очко опыта. Если не 5 очков опыта получаю, а 6. Неплохо. 9 очков навыков дополна. дверь-то... Да, вот. А, нет, 3. Мы можем покачать. Мне просто баллов мало. На балл 5. Ну, баллов буквально 3%. Ладно, не 3, чуть больше. 3 это когда один вариант. А кость добавляет 2 варианта. На одном 2, на другом либо 2, 1, а это даже 3. Каждый вариант 3%. То бишь каждое увеличение на 1 балл добавляет 9% вероятности. Где-то. Не ошибаюсь. Правильно посчитал. Потому что один вариант 3%, а каждый балл добавляет... Нет. Так, правильно считаю. А, нет, правильно. Нет, 26%. Правильно. 3 и 9%. То есть, например, раньше мне не хватало, когда кость попадала 3. Теперь хватает. А 3 может попадать двумя способами. Либо 2 плюс 1, а нет. Даже больше добавляет. Зря сколько не хватает. Либо 1 плюс 2. А если выпало 6, то это 5 плюс 1, или 4 плюс 2, или 3 плюс 3. О, что я мод, вероятно, так работает. Здесь там сколько баллов, вот, каждый балл добавляет разное количество цифр. Но с минимум от 3, первое добавление 6. На 6. Мне, значит, будет хватать 3 баллов. А 3 можно... Это 3 и 1. 3 и 1 так и выиграл. 3 очка это 2 и... Раньше не хватало 2. Потом 3. Теперь 4. 4. 4 это 2 плюс 2, 1 плюс 3, 3 плюс 1. 3 варианта. И вариант 10%. Ну, то есть можно с 8 увеличить до 17% вероятности путем повышения на 1 балл. Не густо. Ну, давайте еще завалим белую проверку. Спокойно.
The man is... The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Говорил, самый успешный прохождение, когда ты проходишь все проверки. То есть белый, но там не только белый. Красный, даже в основном красный. Что белый то можно переиграть. А красный переиграть нельзя. Третье... 14. Если я выиграл... да, если я выбиваю 12, я 15. Я прекрасно. Если я выбиваю 14, то 14 проходит. Больше 14, а не 14.
You run your hands over the victim's cold body, his limbs, his torso with its swollen organs. Maybe you should be more thorough. His fingernails have turned dark. They're chipped and quite long. There is dirt under them. That's all.
Do you think we missed something?
You can't shake the feeling that there are more secrets concealed in the flesh before you.
Okay, well, we are in livor mortis here. He is disintegrating. We need to refrigerate the body if we want to conduct another examination, and we need to do it fast. If you want for this task to slowly become impossible, then yes. Otherwise, no. He's been hanging out far too long already. We need to ice him. Hey, wasn't there a giant ice bear sarcophagus below that building? Now, that's an overstatement. It's not actually for storing cadavers, or at least I hope so. I think we should take a look at it first. Make sure it's big enough before we carry him over. Let's move. With every hour, whatever we are looking for in the deceased will become harder to find.
The bear's eyes are dead and empty. Ice inside the fridge, slowly melting. The power has been cut.
It's certainly an eccentric choice, but it's more than big enough and cold enough. Honestly, it's perfect. All we have to do is plug the fridge back in.
Both cables are unplugged from the breaker box. Somewhere, a machine hums along with the current, happy and contented. The bear's eyes are dead and empty. Ice inside the fridge, slowly melting. Only the black cable is plugged into the something close to you dies with a soft electric purr.
Why did you do that?
The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything. A giant electric mammal awakens. The dead body is going to be safe in the embrace of its cold innards.
Great. The owners of this building will just have to keep paying for the electricity sucked up by this monstrosity a little longer.
The bear's eyes are still glowing red, watching over.
Of course. I'll take the head, you take the feet. It's not going to be the easiest thing in the world, but we'll manage.
The two of you, easily. The body is heavier than and stinkier. It takes half an hour to get down to the breaker, then more to stuff it into the fridge. The lieutenant takes a step back to admire your handiwork.
Beautiful. A dead body in a nice bare fridge. This is some of the best police work I've ever done.
You've definitely earned a drink after this. Perhaps even some pagan rites.
No, not really. Look at that. What have we done? We stuffed a dead body in a nice bare fridge. This story does not leave this room. Did we though? Okay, maybe we did. At least we've stopped the body from decomposing further. Now you can conduct another inspection under controlled circumstances.
Inside the icy realm of the ice bear fridge, the corpse stands slumped, waiting.
Это до изменений, то есть 3 минус 1 получалось плюс 12, 13 я в принципе не мог выиграть, поэтому было 3%, только для шестерки меня выиграть. 3 минус 2 плюс 2 0, 3 плюс 12, 15 это плюс 2 балла, как я говорил, 1-1, это вероятность 3%, но мне помогает еще 2 балла, которые можно... Кречка, которую можно достигнуть двумя способами. Это 2 плюс 1 и 1 плюс 2. А это 6%, 3 плюс 6, 9, и там это округление, поэтому 8. Даже почти все я поделал после игры.
The shine on these sunglasses lasts a lifetime, officer. 100% guarantee. You keep coming back. That's good, officer. Keep browsing.
The speakers below are banged up and worthless. The sneakers triumph over them. They're the star of the show here.
No way, officer! These aren't for sale. They're bad speakers. Low-fi socialist junk. No, officer. You're a high-class policeman who accepts nothing less than the best. Lucky for you, I've got the best on sale. Well, if you want them... But see, they are the pedestal for my sneakers. If I let go of the speakers, where will the sneakers go? I can't leave premium lifestyle sneakers on the ground. If, on the other hand, you wanted to buy the sneakers too, I could maybe throw in the speakers for little extra.
Damn, so you have to buy the sneakers first.
Shine on these sunglasses lasts a lifetime, officer. 100% guarantee. Sporty and practical, officer. Good choice.
Да, те, что проекты остаются. Выбросила, на белом фоне сейчас доступно. Нет, грубая сила бабку недоступна. Я открыл его ключом. Он открыт. Головер опасно. А если уже перетер, лучше разбросал на мой красан. Тоже не помню. А, сцены, что ли? Потому что это не то, что ожидал. Барская историка. Помню же, что там за дверь. Почему-то нужен болевой порог. Помните, что это за дверь? Темная проверка. Связи один. Ну, качнуть связь. Давайте.
The bear's eyes are still glowing red. It's guarding over the freezing corpse hidden inside its belly. You touch the dead man's body. His skin is cold, light blue and silvery in the light of the fridge. You still...
It'll come to you sooner or later. At least he's safe here until then.
The bear's eyes are still glowing red. If you touch the dead man's body, his...
It'll come to you sooner or later. At least...
The bear's eyes are still glowing red. Your arms reach out and your eyes close, as if by their own volition. It's dark already. His face, his cheeks, his nose, his fat, swollen lips. Like a spider, your hand crawls over his feet. The oral cavity is cold and moist. A ball-like tongue attaches itself to the base of the mouth. You're on the right track. The tongue moves freely in the cavity. The mucus of the mouth is slippery, delicate to touch. From the soft meat, teeth are budding. Can you feel it? You're so close. Rip his jaws open now. Look in. A vision of black and dark red death, pried open by your naked hands and studded with teeth. Looks like he's laughing. Death fumes rising from the throat, and there, you see a hole, barely visible to the human eye. It is swollen shut, almost vanished. No larger than 0.4 centimeters in radius, the edges appear darkened. An abrasion collar. This is what we're after.
Abrasion collar.
A black trickle of liquid runs into his throat from the wound. Your index fits right in there. A tight tunnel of flesh opens up. Tissue damage. Wide enough for 2 fingers. As you push both in, you reach through his mouth, right into his brainstem. Yes, that's what this part is called. You've seen the drawings. You've studied them. The basal ganglia feels clumpy. What entered here has torn apart his reptilian complex. This man will never sleep again, never wake. The funk soul brother at the back of his head has gone dark forever. Your fingers slide into the remains of his limbic system. There is no resistance. It's gelatinous. The slug-like structures are damaged too. The tearing extends deep into both hemispheres. The lieutenant answers with the sound of his pen on paper. Your fingers are all the way in now, reaching toward the inside of his skull. The cavity goes further, but the entry wound isn't wide enough for the rest of your hand to follow. All the muscles in your body harden. Time to enter him. The cartilage gives in with a crack, like some fruit. Just like that, your hand is in his head. Sharp, serrated material. The edges cut right into your skin.
Can you get to it?
There's a tiny crack, a protrusion in the cranium, right in the back of his head. Your finger must be pointing straight at it, from the inside. The object that is in there stops just short of the skull, in the encephalus, knocking this tiny fracture into the cranium.
We have the makings of a very small exit wound here.
You pick the object between your index and middle finger. It feels sharp, like metal. With your face twisting from pain and concentration, the inside of the head feels cold and smooth, like a glove. Sweat dripping down your brow. Careful not to lose the prize between your fingers. With a plop, your hand emerges from the mouth, covered in blood up to the wrist. Between your fingers, a small flower. A blossom made of lead.
A bullet.
The bullet falls in the bag, leaving a smattering of blood on the plastic. He raises the bag under his eyes and says,
A non-calibre, rifled. Some kind of brittle alloy, fractured on impact. Of course, you've earned it. We need to add an item to the injury list. Injury number 4. Oval entry wound with an abrasion collar. Soft palate, back of mouth. High velocity, temporary cavity in brain tissue, small exit wound on the occiput. How does that sound? Opinion, fatal injury. And one last thing, we should amend injury number 3, ligament mark. New opinion, non-fatal, post-mortem, treatment.
He's proposing the bullet was the real cause of death, and the hanging an attempt to conceal this fact.
Yes, and the belt around his neck, the hanging, even dragging him to the yard. All of it was done after this man was already dead. I've had this doubt since you showed me the tracks, officer. We could not account for why they carried him over. Why not march him? There was no satisfying explanation. There have been other signs too. Small details. Everything is too neatly designed for us to assign probable cause here, as we did, full-heartedly. Well, no more.
We almost fell for it, he thinks. Almost. There is, of course, the very real possibility he was both shot and hanged.
to hide something. The real killer, the real motivation, what really happened here. That's for us to find out. But this, it will make finding them just a little easier. Yes, we should take a closer look at it. I am certain it has more to tell us.
This little thing could reveal much about the weapon that shot it.
Oh, you really do. I am glad to hear you say that. Your room in the Whirling in Rags should come with a bathroom. Be sure to make use of it in the evening. We bag the corpse and carry him to the holding pen of my kinema. I can transport him to processing myself, but I will be gone for the rest of the day. Work on the case. Tend to personal matters. Try not to do anything too dangerous. An officer needs backup in a neighborhood like this.
Значит, толпа мужиков, которую можно запросить танцы в суде. О, в одиночку это будет вообще весело.
I'll leave that choice to you. And one more thing. Great work, detective.
Ну чё, мы как сделал? Можем бухнуть, купить наркоты, поспать на лавочке.
After you bag the corpse, Lieutenant Kitsuragi will leave the party until tomorrow morning. You can do side tasks and even the main case, but it might be more difficult. Plan his exit accordingly.
Ну, в любом случае, 8 вечера, поэтому так-то, с того, что он в 9 уже мог пойти дрыхнуть. А в 2 пойдут дрыхнуть все, то, в принципе, ну да, ничего страшного. Ну окей, на сегодня все. Большое всем достигнут. Нашли пулю. То, что было супер сложно. Какая-то наша дотошность, и заполнение бланков, имя, пол, бла-бла-бла, номер. Это понизило вероятность найти пулю и реально расследовать дело. Что... ладно. Вот, тем не менее, достигнут.